Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Rofrano from the Natural Medicine Clinic in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. And today I'm going to talk to you about healing autoimmunity. And in particular, a case that I recently had where we were able to help her completely resolve her elevated autoimmune antibodies in 3 months' time. So I'm going to talk to you about the exact protocol we use, the framework we use for that, and exactly what you need to do in that area. So anyway, I've been practicing over 30 years. I've seen over 100,000 patient visits practicing nutrition, chiropractic, functional medicine. And one of the more common things people end up with these days is autoimmune conditions. So as a matter of fact, over 10 years ago, I was busy in practice, things were going really well, and however, physically, I was just feeling pretty miserable. Did a lot of testing, found out I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune thyroid condition, and also I had elevated rheumatoid arthritis antibodies on top of that. So I went, the doctors, they told me that, well, it's an autoimmune condition where antibodies continually attack your thyroid. In the case of Hashimoto's and rheumatoid, these antibodies continually attack your joints. It continues to get worse. And I was like, well, isn't there anything you can do about it? Well, yeah, you can take medication that can control it. However, it just continues to deteriorate. And that's it. Well, what causes it? Well, we don't know what causes it. There is no cure. So, and that is, for me, I mean, that's one option. And for a lot of people, that's okay to go down that route where they just take medication and just go on with their life. But for me, that wasn't enough. I really had to figure out, well, there has to be a cause. If I was okay at one point and not, then there has to be some cause that is bringing this on. So after doing a whole lot of research and a whole lot of testing on myself, I figured out some things that were triggering it. And over time, it took me a little over 2 years' time, I was able to completely heal the condition in the sense where my antibodies were then normal. So they were elevated and then completely normal. And for over 10 years now, they've been at normal levels. So since then, I've been able to, continually refine the process and help many, many other patients with all kinds of autoimmune conditions. And recently, had a patient come in, a 56-year-old female, and she just was feeling awful, just miserable. I mean, everything. We'll start at the top. Okay, so she had constant headaches, vertigo since she was a teenager, debilitating sometimes, where she couldn't get out of bed, depression, brain fog, poor memory, fatigue, insomnia, difficulty losing weight, hair loss, dry, itchy skin. She had pain in every joint in her body, constipation, gas, bloating, abdominal pain, indigestion. I mean, the list goes on and on, but she was just feeling miserable. She had been diagnosed with hypothyroidism, so was already on medication, but still just feeling miserable. So the first thing we do is do complete evaluation and figure out what tests that need to be ordered to get to some underlying root causes. And autoimmune conditions basically come down to caused by physical, chemical, and mental stress. So when we look at the chemical stress aspects, that we break down into either basically deficiencies. So in her case, she had low levels of magnesium, B12, vitamin D, zinc, iodine, iron, and selenium. So all of these deficiencies then affect your immune system, and autoimmunity is, by the way, where your immune system starts attacking different parts of your body. So in this case, well, in the case of Hashimoto's, of course, it's your thyroid. And in this case, she had severely elevated ANA, or anti-nuclear antibodies. And it indicated scleroderma, or connective tissue disorder, where the antibodies attack connective tissue, skin, joints, you know, muscles, tendons, ligaments, being connective tissue, even organs. So the deficiencies are a very important aspect of these autoimmune conditions. So we tested for that, started replacing those. Number two are toxins. So we ran testing, and she was highly reactive to mercury, vinyl chloride, and other toxins. The protocol we'll go over, we worked on cleansing or detoxifying her from those. Thirdly, we have pathogens, infections. So yeast, parasite, well, in her, typically it was viruses, yeast, parasites, bacteria. She was elevated. We do this through comprehensive stool testing is the main way we do this. And she had elevated levels of yeast, bacterial overgrowth, which then, of course, leads to leaky gut. So when you have these infections going on, it ramps up your immune system. The immune system, antibodies are trying to fight these things off. And then upregulating the immune system then again attacks different parts of your body, whichever autoimmune condition you may have. So we work on identifying, then eliminating, do a specific protocol to eliminate what came back positive, either bacteria and yeast in this case, to clear up that, to calm down the immune system. And then fourth is food sensitivities. And in her case, she was tested positive for gluten sensitivity, actually celiac disease. And that's the most common amongst all the autoimmune cases I see. That almost every single one is sensitive, either gluten sensitive or celiac. And that's very common as far as, again, causing the immune system. The immune system sees this as a foreign invader. It's attacking the gluten. And then in turn, they call it molecular mimicry, where it then attacks various parts of your body, creating all these symptoms. So, so gluten was one. There were a number of other foods she came back positive for. So as far as treatment for that, well, the diet I came up with over the years for myself initially, because I tested positive for gluten as well when I had Hashimoto's and rheumatoid antibodies. And I found that going gluten-free didn't really help, because I was eating a lot of gluten-free products, like gluten-free breads and bagels and cookies and pasta. And, you know, that's still very pro-inflammatory. Still, if you have yeast issues, which I did at the time, or bacterial overgrowth, again, that's not the diet you want to be on, because yeast and bacteria thrive in that. So you want to starve the little critters by, so the free diet I came up with is not only free of gluten, but gluten, grain, sugar, yeast, soy, legumes, dairy, and on, all the most common inflammatory foods that allows your gut to heal, calms things down, allows your immune system to then balance out. So that free diet, by the way, if you would like a copy of phase 1 of the free diet, we'll put a link below. So feel free to click on that to get your copy. So between the diet, the free diet, the natural medicine formulas, we had her on getting she had adrenal dysfunction after testing for that, adrenal dysfunction, balancing that out, her thyroid. And she also came in for treatments, manual therapy to help clear up a lot of these other issues, help her with all the joint pain and all the other issues she was having. And at the when we retested her at 2 months, her antibodies considerably dropped, and at little over 3 months time, completely normal. I mean, they were really high, like one of the highest I've seen initially, and a little over 3 months time of being on the program, negative, like completely negative. Almost all her symptoms by this point had cleared up. Those constant daily headaches gone, vertigo gone, she was sleeping well, lost over 20 pounds, a bunch of weight she lost, and energy, great energy. Again, all the aches and pains cleared up. So almost every single symptom was cleared up, because then now she was balanced. We were addressing underlying root causes, clearing those out, and that allows the body to heal. So in these cases, people can choose choose the medicine route, the drugs, the procedures, the surgeries, or they can choose health. They can choose to, get to do some discovery, find out what's causing these issues, and then get them cleared up. For almost, my belief is that almost every single health condition has a solution. And if you discover what the root causes are, you can be provided with long-term permanent solutions. So thanks for joining me today. If you would like a copy of the free diet, click the link below. We'd be happy to send that to you. And feel free to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get early notification of new videos. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you next time. Take care.